In ancient Chinese culture, mirrors were never merely objects for reflecting one's face. People believed that mirrors possessed the power to distinguish between yin and yang, reflecting not only human appearances, but also things hidden behind the surface of the living world. For this reason, mirrors were always regarded as objects that were both sacred and dangerous. There is a story passed down for centuries about a mirror that could reveal wandering spirits. Not everyone who looked into it could see them. And the most frightening part was this: the mirror did not actively expose its secrets. It only reflected them when the person gazing into it had already stepped dangerously close to the boundary between the living and the dead. The story begins in an old house in the Jiangnan region, a land of winding waterways where morning mist often blankets the surroundings. The Zhang family had lived there for generations. Inside the house was an old bronze mirror, its frame carved with ancient patterns, hanging in the innermost room. The elders strictly warned the younger generations never to look into the mirror after midnight, though no one ever explained why. The mirror was nothing like modern mirrors. Its surface had grown dull with age, reflecting images vaguely, as if reality itself lagged a moment behind. During the day, it appeared completely ordinary. But at night, especially when the house fell into deep silence, the mirror created an unsettling feeling, as though something was waiting to be seen. One night, Zhang Ming, the youngest son of the family, returned home late after attending a gathering. Slightly intoxicated, he passed by the room where the mirror hung. For reasons he could not explain, he stopped and looked into it. In the mirror, he saw himself standing there, yet the eyes staring back did not perfectly match his own. At first, he thought it was just his imagination. Then he noticed something strange. Behind his reflection, there was another figure. The figure was faint and stood extremely close, so close that it nearly merged with his own reflection. When Jiang Ming turned around, there was nothing behind him. His heart raced. When he looked back into the mirror, the figure was still there. It had no clear face. It did not move. It simply stood there, as if it had always been present, waiting for him to notice. Zhang Ming screamed and fled the room. The next morning, he told his family what had happened. His father turned pale and immediately ordered the mirror to be covered with a red cloth. He revealed that the mirror had existed in the family since their ancestors' time, and that people had once seen things inside it that did not belong to the living. According to the family's oral history, the bronze mirror was crafted during the Han Dynasty, an era when people believed metal could retain yin energy. The mirror did not create spirits. It merely allowed humans to see what already existed, but was normally concealed by the surface of reality. After that night, Jiang Ming began to have strange dreams. In his dreams, he stood before the mirror, but this time his reflection was gone. Instead, another person stood in his place, staring outward, as if borrowing his reflected form in order to exist. Zhang Ming's health gradually declined. He became quiet and withdrawn, his eyes often fixed on empty space. One night, he told his mother that someone was standing in his place inside the mirror, and that this presence did not want to leave. The family invited a Taoist priest to investigate. After examining the situation, the priest said that the mirror had become a window between two realms. When Jiang Ming looked into it at the moment when yin energy was strongest, the boundary had opened and his spirit became aware of the presence of the living. The priest refused to destroy the mirror. He explained that breaking it would only deprive whatever was inside of a surface to reflect upon, forcing it to seek another way to remain. Instead, he performed a sealing ritual, covering the mirror with red cloth, placing a talisman before it, and warning that no one must ever remove it. After the ritual, Jiang Ming slowly recovered. The mirror, however, was never used again. It remained hanging in its original place, fully covered, like a silent warning. People in the region believed that mirrors that reveal spirits are not cursed objects, but instruments that expose truth. They do not summon spirits, they simply show what has long been there. The real danger lies not in the mirror, but in human curiosity when one stands too close to forbidden boundaries. In Chinese belief, mirrors are often used to ward off evil and repel dark forces. Yet it is precisely this ability that makes them objects of fear. For if a mirror can repel darkness, it can also reflect it. Even today, many Chinese families avoid placing mirrors facing the bed, and avoid looking into mirrors late at night, not out of blind superstition, but because of an ancient belief. Some things are meant to exist only in darkness and should never be seen. And if one night you look into a mirror and find that the reflection does not entirely resemble you, Remember this: the most frightening thing is not the mirror itself, but the question it leaves behind. Are you looking at yourself, or is someone looking at you through the mirror?